Fight Hub TV here with a very disappointed Shayna Baszler. Shayna, why don't you tell us what happened?
It took me to dinner last night and talked with, I don't know, my coaches talked to me, and it's not smart to not be 100% against an opponent that we respect, like Kaufman as well. I argued and cried and begged and all that because I feel like, you know, I'm like any fighter, I guess. I feel like you can hack my limbs off and I'll bite your ankles off. But they're right, you know, I'm not 21 anymore. And I can't afford to go in and lose a fight because I'm only 80% and then have to go back down and work my way back up. I can't afford to do that. So yeah.
I know you have a lot of respect for Sarah Kaufman, and this is the rematch. Is this a fight that you want postponed, or how do you feel about that?
I was really looking forward to Kaufman. I accepted it immediately when I heard. There wasn't a hesitation. You know, I fought Kaufman before and I lost, so obviously that's a rematch. That's always been on my mind. Not only that, but at one point in time she was the champ. You know, she had the belt. At that time it was the Strikeforce belt, but she had what was at that time the #1 spot for women, and so she's always been on the radar. Especially, you know, knowing the things I could have done differently to win that fight. That was a winnable fight, which in my mind meant that was a winnable belt. So it's always been on my mind. You know, I'd love to fight her if they want to postpone it. I get it, like, we're fighters and that's how we make our living, so if they give her someone else, if someone else is awesome enough to step up and do that, I understand. You need to make money and keep your name out there. I just want to fight in the UFC. So I would jump in the men's lightweight division if that's what it takes. It's crazy, right? Because like through the show and everything, you really learn who's really your fans. Those people that stick their neck out for you when they don't have to. I mean, it's Twitter, right? So it sucks because I know everybody's stoked. But I'm gonna get in there. I don't want people to forget who I am and that I've been one of the best in the world for a decade. So I will be in there because I have to remind people one more time. People have a tendency to forget things. Their memory's only as long as their Twitter timeline, and I need to remind people.
Well, I don't think that'll be a problem. Do you have a goal as to when you think you'd want to get back in there? I mean,
honestly, I mean, I you know, my coaches I just talked to the UFC, and they were telling me they were going to ask for a month. I mean, it's not, I'm in shape. It's not that, it's just right at the peak weeks that I'm supposed to be charging, I'm having to back off because of the injury. So it's not that I even need to rehab. I just need time so that I can get back in the training mode and be able to be peaking when I'm supposed to.
If they do find Kaufman an opponent for Canada, who do you feel like that leaves open for you? I know there was talks about Sarah Morris and you possibly fighting in the UFC. She was also injured after the show, as were you. Is that a potential matchup that interests you at all, or is Kaufman the level that you feel like it's do or die? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, the higher the prospect, the better for me at this point, I think. I'm not going to turn down any fight they throw at me. now. And I think they know that. I think people know that. My coaches were having to hold me down last night when they told me, you know, when they had to talk with me, and I'm still limping around the gym. So, I mean, everyone knows I'm game. It doesn't matter who it is. I was the first one to step in against Cyborg when no one else would. I've never turned down a fight. So, and I understand, like, logically the position. You know, I can imagine sitting down to dinner, having small talk, having the waiters clear dinner away, and then being like, all right. So, and then having to have that talk, especially knowing how I am and would react. Yeah, I've not. I really do appreciate that they're looking out for me. And it's not a feeling like they don't believe in me. They've been in the fight game a long time. I mean, there's not many more experienced people with coaching and fighting than Barnett and Edmond. I kind of have to trust that they know I'm gonna have a very obviously biased opinion on it. You know, I feel like I can beat anybody, busted and broken. So. If they say it, I know it's in my best interest. I know they're not being selfish. You know, if they really wanted to be selfish, they'd throw me in there anyway and then blast me in the media saying they didn't advise it and all that stuff. So I mean, it's a great spot I'm in. Everything happens for a reason. I'm just waiting to see the reason for this still. It'll work out in the end. If whoever it is, if I know if Sarah Morris wants her chance too. We were supposed to fight on the finale, I think, or at least it was us two left because we both got injured. If it's Kaufman, if it's Ronda, I don't care. I just wanna get in there.